For years, the JoJo community has asked the same question. Does your personality determine your stand? You've probably heard that a stand is the manifestation of its user's personality. In all that time, we've been getting the answer wrong. That's only half the story, and it's the boring half. The honest answer isn't in their personality, the face they show the world, but in what they hide. Jotaro Kujo isn't just stoic. He's bottling up a primal rage that's so violent, it needs its own body. And Yoshikage Kira's stand isn't just a weapon, it's the perfect tool that allows a serial killer to live a quiet life. The key to unlocking this mystery isn't the word personality, it's about the psyche, the entire complex and often hidden blueprint of a person's inner being. A stand is the physical manifestation of your life energy and fighting spirit. But more than that, it is the unfiltered truth of who you are, from your noblest virtues to your darkest and most primal urges. Today, we'll prove it. First, we'll analyze the words of the series creator himself, Hirohiko Araki. Then, we'll use a bit of psychology to build a framework for understanding the soul. And finally, we'll put some of the most iconic characters in the series under the microscope to show, once and for all, that the stand is the ultimate reflection of the soul. Stay with me, and you'll never look at these characters the same way again. When you want to understand the rules of a universe, you look to its creator as the definitive source. With JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that's Hirohiko Araki. In a February 2022 interview with Vogue Plus, he provided the most direct answer we've ever received on this topic. When asked about the concept of stands, Araki stated, and I quote, "I created stands to reflect an inner power that's invisible to the naked eye. That's why when I design stands, I aim to match the ability and appearance to the personality of the user they are tied to." Now, on the surface, that seems to settle it. Araki said personality. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. We need to look at the language he uses as the creative philosophy rather than a scientific formula. The key phrases here are inner power and I aim to match. When we talk about inner power, it means something much bigger than just personality. It fits better with how the series describes a stand, as pure life energy or fighting spirit. It's the sum of everything that makes a person who they are deep down. So, when Araki says personality, he's likely using it as a shorthand for a character's entire being, not just the face they show the world. This phrase also suggests that we should view Araki's I aim to match comment as an artistic goal rather than the hard and fast rule. He's famously intuitive. He trusts his gut and goes with whatever feels right, looks cool, or creates the best drama. This freedom allows him to build connections that can be entirely literal one moment and purely symbolic the next. So, the fun part for us is to find the right lens to see the incredible consistency that's always hiding just beneath the surface of his choices. And for that, we need to understand the blueprint of the soul. The biggest mistake we make in this debate is using the word personality instead of the word psyche. Think of it like an iceberg. Your personality is the tip of that iceberg. It's the part that's visible above the water. It's your conscious self, the patterns of behavior you show to the world, the mask you wear. Your psyche, however, is the entire iceberg. It encompasses the totality of the mind, including both your conscious and unconscious thoughts. It includes everything lurking below the surface, your deepest fears, your primal desires, your repressed memories, and your core moral convictions. A simple way to understand this concept is through a model developed by psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud. He saw the mind as a constant battle between three conflicting parts: the id, the ego, and the superego. First, you have the id. The id is the demon in your shoulder, the primal instinctual part of the psyche that operates purely on the pleasure principle. As a cauldron of raw desire, rage, and impulse, it demands immediate gratification. Next, you have the superego. You can think of the superego as the angel on your shoulder. It's your moral compass, built on the rules of society, your parents, and your own ideals. It's your sense of right and wrong, the source of guilt, and your ambition for perfection. And finally, caught in the middle is the ego. The ego is you, the conscious self. The ego operates on the reality principle. Its job is to mediate the war between its desires and the superego's morals, acting in a way that is acceptable to both and possible in the real world. These three components bring us to our central theory, A stand is the physical manifestation of the most potent force within a user's psyche, or it is the product of the conflict between these forces. It's the raw, honest output of this internal battle. This framework also cleverly explains a key stand statistic: developmental potential. We see this in users like Koichi Hirose, whose stand echoes evolves as he undergoes significant personal changes. As Koichi transforms from a timid boy into a confident young man, his stand literally evolves with him through its acts. This parallel growth is more than just a simple power. It's his own inner growth made visible, a symbol of his maturing confidence and strengthening will. Now, let's put this theory to the test, starting with the poster boy of the series.
その前に短いコマーシャル休憩です。
Attention, all Stardust Crusaders. Jotaro and the gang need to get to Egypt and stop Dio. But to do that, they're gonna need a couple of plane tickets. And to help them out, I'm gonna need 3 things.
Like the video, share and subscribe. Or else, I'll find where you live.
You have to be quick, so Jotaro can use the Star Platinum to stop Zawarugo and save his mom. Yar days.
やれだぜ。
On the surface, one word defines Jotaro Kujo's personality: stoic. He is a rough high school delinquent, calm, collected, and a man of few words. He presents a face of unyielding control. His highly developed ego, the mask he shows the world. But beneath this silence, his psyche is a boiling cauldron of repressed rage and a fiercely protective instinct. His actions are often brutal, direct, and decisive. This raw instinctual nature is his id, and Star Platinum is its physical incarnation. This nature brings us to a stand, Star Platinum. It is the physical incarnation of that id. Star Platinum is a wild, emotional, and incredibly violent stand. It screams with a fury that Jotaro himself never vocally expresses. While Jotaro's ego stays calm and makes precise, tactical decisions, Star Platinum acts as the perfect engine of distraction to carry them out. Its short range is an ideal reflection of Jotaro's character. He confronts problems head-on and deals with them personally. Star Platinum embodies everything Jotaro finds too cool to express, representing the raw emotion he keeps bottled up as his guardian spirit. Next is Josuke Higashikata. At first glance, Josuke also fits the delinquent archetype. He can be hot-headed, especially about his hair, and speaks his mind freely. This archetype, however, is just a surface-level personality. The dominant force in Josuke's psyche is a super-ego, overwhelming kindness, deep empathy, and a promise to his dying grandfather to protect Morio define his core. His morality, his desire to heal and protect, is the strongest driver he has. You can really see the super ego at work in Josuke's stand Crazy Diamond. Its entire purpose is to restore, not destroy. It can mend broken objects and heal horrific wounds, basically returning things to their correct state. The crucial detail, however, is that Josuke can't use this incredible healing power on himself. That one limitation says everything about his character. He's completely selfless and focused on others. His inner power is a gift that he gives away, never one he keeps for himself. Jotaro even remarks that Josuke's power is the kindest and most generous ability one could ever have, a rare thing in a world where so many stands are just weapons. Another amazing case study is Yoshikage Kira. Yoshikage Kira represents the ultimate internal war. His psyche is a battlefield between two opposing powerful forces. His superego is his obsession with living a quiet and unremarkable life. He wants nothing more than to blend in, to be left alone, to avoid trouble and excitement. Nothing about his outward demeanor screams deadly serial killer. His id, in contrast, is a monstrous, compulsive, and violent urge to murder women and keep their hands. It is a deep and uncontrollable desire. Kira's meticulous and obsessive personality reflects his ego's attempt to reconcile conflicting desires. His stand Killer Queen thus becomes the perfect tool for his twisted compromise. Its primary ability, to turn anything it touches into a bomb that leaves absolutely no evidence, is the literal manifestation of the psychological conflict. It allows his id to obtain its horrific gratification, the kill, while simultaneously satisfying his superego's demand for a quiet life. No evidence, no consequences, no attention. Killer Queen is the ultimate weapon of erasure, designed by a soul desperate to erase its own sins to maintain a facade of normalcy. Finally, we have none other than Dio. Dio is a special case. Unlike the others, conflict did not define Dio's psyche. Instead, his psyche is a force of absolute, tyrannical domination, born from a megalomaniacal ego, fused with a ravenous id. From his miserable childhood, Dio's single ambition was to gain power and control over everything and everyone around him. He views other people as mere tools, pawns to be used and discarded in his quest to stand at the top of the world. His ambition is so boundless that it's not enough to be the most powerful man. He must become a god. The nature of Dio begs the question, what stand with a man like this manifest? What is the one thing no mortal, no matter how powerful, can never truly control? And that, my friends, is time. Dio's stand the world is the ultimate expression of his narcissism. What could be a greater act of control than stopping time itself, forcing reality to pause at your command? In those frozen moments, the entire universe becomes his private playground, where he alone is free to move, act, and pass judgment. It is the perfect, most literal power for a man with a god complex. From examining these cases, the pattern is clear. Jotaro's stand represents his repressed rage. Josuke's is his profound kindness. Kira's internal conflict is his, and Dio's is his megalomania. In every case, the stand is a brutally honest mirror to the soul. This observation brings us to a critical point. A stand does not lie. It is not who you pretend to be. It is the truth of your inner power. This inner truth is why a character like Panakuta Fugo is so ashamed of the stand Purple Haze. Fugo is intelligent and presents himself as a strategist, but his stand is a manifestation of pure, indiscriminate toxic rage. It reveals that the core of his soul is not his intellect, but his self-destructive anger. This same logic also explains why some users don't immediately understand their own stand's abilities, like Giorno Giovanna with Gold Experience. If a stand is born from the deep unconscious parts of the psyche, it makes sense that the conscious ego wouldn't immediately grasp its full potential. The journey to mastering a stand is, in fact, a journey of self-discovery. There is no better example of this journey of self-discovery than, once again, Koichi Hirose. Now, some might say Echoes didn't match Koichi's meek personality at all. In reality, that is only half right. It didn't match who he was on the surface. It matched the hero he had the potential all along to become. What then about the stand arrow or the devil's palms? Well, these are not the creators of stands. They are catalysts. They are the key that unlocks the door to a room that was already there, awakening the latent power that has always existed within a person's psyche. The principle of awakening latent power also applies to Johnny Joestar, who transforms from a self-doubting man in a wheelchair into the literal embodiment of willpower and determination.
Eventually.
Ultimately, does your personality determine your stand? No, your entire soul does. Your stand is your hidden anger, your most profound compassion, your internal chaos, your greatest ambition. It's the one part of you no one can fake. It's the truth made manifest. Alright, now I want to turn it over to you guys. Thinking about it this way, not just your surface personality, but everything underneath, your deepest desires, your moral compass, and all your internal conflicts. What do you think your stand would truly be? It's a fun thought experiment. Would it show off your best traits, or could it be that one secret perk on full display? Whatever it is, please share it in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts and theories. And hey, if you had fun with this JoJo analysis, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to know the truth about stands. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay awesome.